Welcome to Todo Tequila. Again, my name is Edgar, also known as Steady Eddy, and we welcome you here and we're glad you're tuning in. We have two tequilas, and it's gonna hopefully find you, get on your way. If you don't already have one, your go-to tequila. So we have the Cazadores Old Guard and Espolón, somewhat of a new guard tequilas, and we're gonna put them head to head. Find out, hey man, what do I want to buy? What do I want to spend my money on? Who am I gonna? Which one am I gonna take to the party? And we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna be able to take straight neat shots or mix in a drink, sunrise tequila, paloma, whatever it is. Which one's gonna be best? Which one's gonna work for us? So we're gonna let you know. Today I'm gonna be presenting you two expressions of tequila reposado. They are some of the most popular and widely available tequilas. This is probably a good choice for when you're probably doing a group party, festive, taking it to a party, or you're going to be sharing it. So let's talk about cazadores. Cazadores here basically means hunters. We have a buck, is the picture here, a deer, and that's the bottle of cazadores. This is pretty much one of the old guards, one of the older tequilas. It's been around since 1922. So this one here, Espolón, means spur. It's referring to the cockfights, the spur that goes on the rooster when they cockfight. And also you'll see on the label, they also want to honor the heritage of Mexico, and the calaveras, the skull, and the Catrina, started by Jose Guadalupe Posada, and they wanted to honor that, and that's why they have different one for the blanco, different one for the reposado, añejo, and extra añejo. The color, it's a little clearer here. So Cazadores, it's a reposado, and it's about average color. It's a little on the clear side, but that's actually more about what you expect. Over here, Espolón, I kind of find it's a little darker than average, a tad darker for a reposado, because anything darker than this could be añejo. You might even see añejos that are about this color. They would be on the light side because they're aged more, but for a reposado Espolón, this is kind of actually a little bit on the darker side. The first aging process is, or part of the process is the blanco, and those actually are not aged. They go straight to the bottle. And then we have reposado here, which has to be aged 60 days, 2 months basically, and up to a year. So you're going to get a little more of the wood coloring in the tequila the longer it's been aged in the wood. So usually this kind of represents that it was aged a little longer. Espolón does say that they age theirs from 3 to 5 months. So they're a little more transparent in their process. Cazadores really doesn't tell you. They say it's more than 2 months up to a year, which we already know because it's reposado. So they're not really kind of letting out any information there. Based on the color, it's probably 2 months, maybe a tad more. Tequila can be made in 5 different states, though the most popular is Jalisco and tequila. But Los Altos is a different region from tequila, and they tend to actually make very flavorful tequilas. And the Cazadores is from there, and actually Espolón as well. So kind of why we decided to put them head to head here. Cazadores nom is 1487. That is also the registered number of the distillery. We tend to use that to know more about the bottle. We can find out what kind of equipment they use, what kind of fermentation and extraction they use at that distillery. So in Cazadores' case, it's been around a while. It's good tequila. They've kind of modernized their production to meet the demand, but also cost savings, right? So I remember drinking tequila years back, and as much as it's good now, it was quite good before. It was much better before, actually. But they're modernized. They're using autoclave, high pressure, and diffuser. That just speeds up the process, is what that means. You also want a mature agave. So they're probably also using, they're not able to wait as long for the cultivation and aging of the agave. So they're using younger agave, which basically doesn't have as much flavor as the older agave. Cazadores here was originated, the master distiller recipe here is Jose Maria Bañuelos in 1922 from Los Altos de Jalisco. I think the brand now is owned by Bacardi International. And they age their tequila, at least the reposado, in American oak. In 1995, the master distiller, founder of Espolón, is Cirilo Oropesa. They're from Arandas, specifically, Los Altos, also Los Altos, Jalisco, but specifically Aranda. When I find a bottle from Arandas, most likely, 9 out of 10, it's going to be above average to excellent tequila. Probably just the cultivation, the earth, the agave there has much more flavor. The distillery is San Nicolas, and they also use American oak. Don Oropesa is actually a chemical engineer. They actually both, I'll fail to mention that in the Cazadores and Espolón, they use classical music during the fermentation. And it says that it allows it to be, affect the flavoring and speed up the process. So they do that here at Espolón. And again, the San Nicolas, they're from Arandas. They age theirs in American oak 3 to 5 months, and they use low pressure autoclave. So Cazadores uses autoclave high pressure and diffuser, and Espolón uses low pressure autoclave. Let's go ahead and give this a taste. These have been aired out a little bit. I'm going to start with Cazadores. So it smells quite good. It's not too alcohol forward, though I get some alcohol, a little bit of cinnamon right off the bat. I get the agave. It's clearly there, but it's not too pronounced. Vanilla, definitely vanilla, and a little bit of citrusy. I can't quite make out what it is. The aroma is quite nice, though. The aroma is quite nice. I'm enjoying the aroma. Because there's just a little bit of there's just enough agave. You get the vanilla with the aging of the wood, so it's quite not a wood. It's just faintly there, but got its vanilla, cinnamon, and agave, and just a little bit of citrusy there. Not sure what quite orange or pineapple. All right, let me take, so you want to smell it, and you want to see if you can get the aroma. Now, not always, but sometimes, they match the flavor. Not always, though. So here we go. This is a nice tequila. It's definitely worth the price. I like it. I thought it was going to be a little more strong, alcohol, stronger kick to it. I get more of the vanilla than the agave. The peppery cinnamon is there. I don't taste the citrusiness though. The mouthfeel is okay. It's not too rough. It's still a little bit of pungent alcohol, but not overpowering. This would work, in a cocktail. The agave isn't really pronounced there, so if you're looking for that, you're not going to get it in a cocktail drink, in a mixed drink. You're barely getting it, taking it straight neat like this. But there's flavor there. You got the vanilla, the pepper, a little bit of citrusy there, and the alcohol. So it's got some flavor there. Just the agave is not the pronounced. It's not the pronounced. It's a really, really faint agave. But overall, it's a decent taste. It's a good taste. It sits well on the palate. So just getting a little bit of bitterness at the end here. So the finish is tailing off and getting a little bit of bitterness. So guys, I'm still letting the Cazadores linger on the palate, and initially the taste and the flavor was pretty good. It was okay, but this is, I think, where the production, the process, the speeding of the process is coming in. It's leaving not a very good mouthfeel. I feel like I just tasted some frosting, cake frosting, and not the very good homemade type. And the bitterness, it's nothing like I tasted initially. So the flavor's changing, and I would have to take another sip so that that goes away, so I can taste again. Initially, it's okay, and again, in a mixed drink, I may not get this mouthfeel, lingering flavor, and that would be okay. But right now, the more I'm letting it sit on my palate, the less tequila, less alcohol, less flavors I'm getting, and I'm getting this aftertaste, which is just, and even the alcohol is dissipated. It's mostly, again, this texture of like cake frosting, and it's bitter. So that's Cazadores. So we're gonna move on over here with Espolón. I get the agave much more than the Cazadores, but not as much vanilla, just a faint vanilla. So it's not alcohol forward. Actually, so there's just more agave here. Although it's not that pronounced. Comes out, and it's more than the vanilla, and just enough wood aging there. Not a lot either, though. So okay, so I'm basically getting a agave, though it's not very, very pronounced, but it's basically the first thing that does come across. Some wood and very little bit of vanilla. Much more straightforward. I'm not getting much more, but at least I'm getting the agave and some aging wood and vanilla. So that's basically the three that you really pretty much are gonna get. Well, and the taste kind of fits that. I'm getting the agave. It has a nicer, silkier texture than the Cazadores. The agave is still there. The wood is starting to be a little more pronounced. I'm tasting a little more of the wood, but not vanilla. Just a little bit of wood. Definitely the agave and the alcohol. Not very strong. It leaves a nice texture. It's not super silky. You're no longer doing the blanco, where you just get pretty much just the agaves and peppers. So you're getting a little bit more of the vanilla and a little bit more wood. And you're getting that here, and the agave is holding up pretty good. I'm enjoying that. Between these two, Espolón has got it right. They are now owned by Campari International Spirits. It's aged 3 to 5 months, and it's showing through. I'm still tasting the agave. It hasn't really changed, so the flavor's consistent. It's holding up, so they got it right. It's good. Cazadores will hold up, man. If that's all they have, it'll work. Especially, I recommend you put it in some cocktail, in tequila sunrise or a paloma with some soda flavors and some lemon. You won't get this aftertaste. With Espolón, someone could definitely want to take it straight, neat, or mix it in. Again, it's not the type where you're spending a whole lot of money. If they want to mix it into drinks, a punch, it'll work. It'll hold up. But if someone wants to take a shot, take it neat, it's going to work as well. It's going to be fine. So we do have preference here. I will, I'm choosing Espolón over Cazadores here as the clear winner. Better bang for the buck here, and everyone's going to have a better experience with it as well. So thank you for watching Todo Tequila. Don't forget to subscribe.